Hello, and welcome to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. Today, I have an amazing example of why my dating life has been a nightmare. And with this example, I am going to be able to branch off on previous and future episodes from this one. So, he must be so proud. Some of you may already know I created a key to go along with some of the messages I'm going to be posting in different episodes. So if you ever run into one and a word is covered, come back over to this key and you'll be able to find out what exactly they said. There's no nuance. Yes, that means I'm a nerd, but I'm a proud nerd. Things will get interesting. Some of you may already know I created a key to go along with some of, and you guys know the drill. With each episode of these dating nightmares and the boogeyman monsters that I show, you guys are going to pick from 1 through 6. Also, what kind of monster scale is he? Where do you think he lies in the monster scale? 1 through 6 and why? 3.5. Thank you so much for listening to the Handicapable Black Woman. I will see you guys next time. Bye. I thought your next door neighbor is the devil. Favorite games. Yeah. The 3 words before. So you guys get to pick that, and you guys in the messages, and type it out, and your 3 words before and after, so that we can compare and contrast. Where do you think he lies in the monster scale? That you guys chose 1 through 6 for and each episode. Thank you so much for listening to. And don't forget, we're going to play the 3 words before and 3 words after game, where right now you see Divine Power. He's 49, male, from Kansas. What 3 words would you use to describe him? And we're going to do this before and after, so if you need to pause so that you can write down or think of your 3 words, please do. And at the end of the video, if you can type out your before and your afterwards, that would be amazing for everyone to compare, contrast, and kind of think about. But yeah, he calls himself Divine Power. So yeah, that's a lot to live up to. I kind of wonder some things about him, but let's just say his messages say quite a lot. Before we get started, make sure grab a snack. This is going to be interesting, and you're going to want to bite on something when you listen to this guy's messages. I almost said gentleman, but maybe on the next episode, I will show you the definition of a gentleman because, dictionary.com would be mad at me if I added gentleman anywhere near this guy's video. So, moving on. In previous episodes, I know I said I'm going to provide a little information on how and why I created this list because I'm older, I'm single, but I went through a lot of awful, horrific dating experiences, especially I had a undiagnosed disability. I still have it, but back then it was undiagnosed. Being African American, which this is a great example of why it can be a nightmare in this climate, but moving on. And then just being a woman, period, the things men will say and do to degrade you and to take power and to feel like since I am a woman that my only mission is to have children and to be submissive. No, thank you. And here's some tea that I do have to spill because it's amazing with some of the messages I get. And because of that, I'm going to be creating 2 mini series and not the illiterate group because I'm like, okay, guys, you don't read directions, you don't read maps, and you do not read dating profiles. I get it. I get it. But and I do have 2 more examples of that too, which is a terrible sign. But the 2 series that I want to start is one about the African American men in the dating community, as well as Republican Trump supporting men. And people would think they would be total opposites, but I also want to do a couple episodes of what they have in common because the way they try to degrade me, talk about me, and just they attempt to make me feel like I am absolute filth and nothing, and then how ugly they say I am. But, and I'm not saying, because I had low self esteem, I was teased throughout my entire life. And sometimes I question, am I pretty or attractive? But at the same time, after working around 12 years as a promotional model, after working 12 years of being a representative for 50 to 70 different promotional teams and probably over 100 different brands, I know at least I'm not as ugly as they say I am. And I know to just look past some of the hate and I think jealousy that they have for me. And if it's not jealousy, I just wonder what is it? Or is it the fact that they know that they would never have a chance with me or women like me and women who are working on being the best quality and just the highest standards that they want to be? That's what I kind of think both of them have a problem with. But I will show you the proof. So now I am about to introduce you to this divine power. I should say quote unquote divine power, but that's his username. But when I created my list, I created something that I am able to be. And everything on that list, I am. All of it. Do I have areas where I can improve? Yes, of course. And just this week, I was looking at, okay, with my business, with my children's books, what else do I need to do? How can I create an art board for my illustrator? And what elements and what items do I need to finish my novel to send to my editor? And marketing, okay, which social media and what type of social media is it? I want to create quizzes and just so many different things. So when it comes to my dreams, my goals, aspirations, I am living it. Everything that I put on my profile of what you must be able to do, because that's not even a must. But many men who don't meet any of those criteria, they put me down. They hope I fail. They tell me I'm going to quit. They say you're a woman and you're only supposed to have babies. And why do you care more about business than babies? When I care about my business so that when I have babies and kids and things, I will have the money to the point where they will never go without. And when it's time to retire, I can retire happy and I can go when I if I want to go on a cruise, when I want to go on a trip, if I want to spoil myself or do something for myself, I can. And it's not, I have to save up. I have to go back to a part time job. I can do with what I have. And so that's why I invest. I'm a nerd investor. When I start my Handicapable Nerd channel, I am going to be talking about some of the investment sites that I'm on. But it's just frustrating when I keep running into men who look at my list and they automatically say that I cannot live up to any of it when I am not a foster parent yet. I hope to be one day, but I am making sure that financially and mentally and everything, I will be ready for that. And other than that, I have been told I am amazing at communication. I am in depth. I am well rounded and educated when it comes to different subjects and topics. I look at different points of view. And so I will talk more about some of that in later episodes, but it's just amazing how, especially from the African American men community, when they see my profile, one, they say I'm ugly and that I'm stupid and so many other things to degrade me. But then they tell me that I don't live up to my list. And again, in the last episode I showed, I have on my profile, I show that I have a master's, but you'll see with this guy what he does. I have my bachelor's with a double minor. I have two masters and two certifications. So I live up to my standards. So after all of that, I know some of you are wondering, why did she say all of this? What does all of that have to do with this episode? Well, as an educator, I feel like you kind of need a pre-lesson and a little bit of a summary from the past lesson so that you'll be prepared for what I'm about to talk about. And well, welcome to Divine Power, or quote unquote Divine Power. The message you read on the screen is actually the second message. I will show you both of them in just a moment, but pay attention to some patterns and some things. And I'm going to have to pause a lot because of his language. Here we go. You are a walking red flag. Blank bomb broke blank. And I know you don't have a college degree, nothing but a. So that was my first impression of him. Oh my gosh. I had butterflies in my heart and I was just so nervous and I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to get to know him. I want to talk to him. I cannot wait. Wow. You're right. No. Mm-mm. Yeah. No. Okay, so now I'm gonna show you two of the messages that he graciously shared with me. His I'm gonna read them backwards or from the bottom up since that was the order. So then you can kind of realize what I had to. Yeah, anyway. You are a walking red flag. Blank bomb broke blank. And I know you don't have a college degree, nothing but a narcissist. Yeah, remember one last episode I said that some people are gonna think I'm a narcissist? Yeah, he's one of them, but yeah, he didn't help much. Anyway, quick question. Do you have any of these demands for yourself? House, job, investment, real estate? When he listed these, did he run out of words or examples or anything? Because he said both house and real estate. I thought house and real estate are the same thing unless he's trying to think in a business aspect and do I have a house and real estate? But I'll talk about that later. And it's funny because he says that I'm a walking red flag. How am I a walking red flag when I literally am everything on the list that I've created? And one of the items I'm going to be pointing out in my series when I talk about the African American men that write me and they try to bully me, troll me, and everything, that's a common thing. None of them think that I'm all of the items on my list. All of them think that I'm just a terrible, ugly. Oh, and so many of them say I'm ugly. And part of me is just like, okay, if the black man doesn't want to date me, there's more than just chocolate. I'll be fine. God made all 31 flavors. I'll be a-okay. So when he talks about me being a red flag, I just think that is amusing and a little entertaining because how am I a red flag? If I am everything on my list, I am vaccinated. I have my degree, I have at least one degree. All I'm asking is for a degree, a certification, or a trade. And then I want to be able to adopt and foster. And let's see, oh, the deep conversations. I'm told all of the time that I'm able to go in depth and well rounded. And I'm a Democrat, liberal. If someone is Republican, it will not work out. And yeah, that's majority of the list, but easily I pass all of those. Oh, and I've never been in prison or incarcerated. So yeah, yeah, that was really easy. Wouldn't you agree? Quick question. Do you have any of these demands for yourself? House, job, investments, real estate? Okay, okay. I'm trying not to be petty and mean, but I'm going to be a little bit petty and mean. This man is illiterate and he cannot read. Other than investments, when did I mention the others? And I have investments. Oh, I have no problem with investments. But when I said investments, I said investments. And yes, your house can be an investment, but I did not say house. And or real estate. I did not say real estate. And even job. I didn't put job on the list. Oh, I want him to have a job. I have had men tell me, "Ooh, you're gonna be my sugar mama." You got me mistaken. No, I'm not gonna be like. If you don't work, it's not gonna be we. It's gonna be me, myself, and I, and you walking away. That's what it's gonna be. But the house real estate part really got me because is that something he's ashamed of? Is that something he doesn't like? I mean, this is my opinion, but part of me is wondering, did my profile hit him so hard because he doesn't like where he lives? I mean, if he likes where he lives, then I mean, okay, congratulations. But why would you put emphasis on it, like house and real estate, when all I said was investments on that list? That's the only item that he mentioned that is actually on my list. But house, real estate, and job were not on my list, even though, yes, I want him to have a job. Again, I want him to have a job. Can I get a hallelujah? And proof that I did not mention real estate or house or job. Here is a list. This is my profile. I screenshot it and put it on here so you guys can see for yourselves. You can pause the video and look at it, but as you can see, I don't have any of that on there. The only item is must have or plan. Must have or plan investments in future endeavors. So if you don't have it now, you are at least planning. Because, like I said, I know student loans is a nightmare and the interest and everything trying to pay it off. So if you're right now paying off your debts, I congratulate you because that means you're like creating a better credit score. But are you planning on investing? Because if you're not planning and you don't have any, that's when we are not going to be a good fit. Because I am both paying off my student loans and investing. So, like I said, I fit all of the requirements on this list easily, very easily. You are a walking red flag, blank bum broke blank. And I know you don't have a college degree. Nothing but a narcissist. That's right, I don't have a college degree. I have college degrees with an S, a hard S. And I'm not a narcissist. I'm tired of men telling me what I can and cannot do and what I'm going to fail at or what I'm going to quit, and that my purpose is to have babies, do their laundry, and cook for them and be submissive. I'm tired of that, so I'm putting my list of what I desire, because if all these men are going to get what they desire, why am I not allowed to put my list up too? And if you cannot measure up, then move on. And if you're going to say that I'm mean and obnoxious or a narcissist and a female dog because of it, I'll get over it. I'm already over it because I know what I've worked hard on. And now that I have 5 published children's books, I have about 4 school workbooks, about to have my first novel out, and I have about 5 or 6 other children's books that are in process, and so many other things. I am not going to allow a man to stop me. I'm not going to allow a man to tell me that I need to quit and stop because that's what they want. I'm not. Just know that I am going to be including some of his messages in my book because I want reality in my book. And I put a lot of the situations that I go through as a African American, as a woman, and as a person with a disability, because I live nightmares that no one else will know, especially with all 3 combined. And on my podcast, I will be having story time pretty soon about the pattern that I've witnessed with, sadly enough, frustrating enough, African American men who have told me if I don't drop out of grad school, that they won't want anything to do with me. They won't date me, talk to me, that I think I'm going to be too good for them, that I'm a snob and stuck up. And part, I just added the degree trade certification late last year. My last 2 exes didn't finish college and one didn't finish high school. I don't want to have these standards, but when I keep running into men telling me that you're a woman, you're supposed to have babies, you're supposed to have kids, it's like I need you to cook, clean, and be a submissive. I have goals, dreams, aspirations, and a business that I'm starting. But then some of them tell me, you're going to quit anyways, you're going to fail, you need to stop. Oh, so if you're going to do all that, then I'll be the stay at home dad, even though they have kids and I don't. And when I say, okay, so then when we adopt, you're going to start working, then a few of them have even mentioned, which I will talk about in later episodes. Some of them tell me, I'm not taking care of a child that's not mine, while I'm sitting on the couch with their child watching TV and cartoons. And I'm just like, the irony. So you expect me to spend time and talk with and treat your child like they are my child, but if I want to adopt and foster, you're not going to help with that. You're not going to be a father. Why would I want to date a man who would treat me like that? Why would I want a man who's going to treat me like I should only do as he pleases? That my wants and needs should be what he dreams, what he desires, what he demands. No, no, I'm walking out on that one. I deserve better than that. And I've worked very hard to the point where I am determined and I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to quit. None of that anytime soon. So, but now it's that time. So it's
Well,
time
now
to
we're
play
at the
everyone's
end of the
favorite games.
Handicapable Black
The three
Woman's
words
Throne
before,
Room.
three words after.
So I
If you
hope you
guys
guys
can
have
write
your three
those
words
in your
before,
response in the
and now you can
messages
finish
below.
up your three
And
words
also,
after.
the monster scale.
Also,
Where do you
the
think he
monster
lies in the
scale.
monster scale?
Where do you think he
1 through
lies on the
6
monster
and why?
scale? Do
Thank
you
you so
think
much
he
for
is
listening to
a
the
one?
Handicapable Black Woman.
Aw,
I will
you
see you guys next
tried.
time. Bye.
3.5.
So it's time to
You
play everyone's
actually
favorite
put some
games.
thought into
The
it.
three words before,
Or
three
a
words
6.
after. If you guys
I
can write
think your
those
next door
in your
neighbor is
response
the
in the
devil.
messages below. And
You guys
also,
choose
the monster
and write it
scale.
in the
Where do
messages.
you think he
Let's
lies in the
talk,
monster
compare,
scale?
contrast, and
1 through
everything.
6 and
And
why?
let's just say you
Thank
guys
you
can
so
use the
much for
dictionary
listening
and
to the
thesaurus
Handicapable Black
since you
Woman.
wanted to.
I
Now
will
let's
see
be
you guys
petty.
next
Let's
time.
do that.
Bye.
Take care. See you
So
guys
it's
later.
time to play everyone's
Bye.
favorite games. Thank you so much for listening. And you're going to hear a lot more about my projects and things, but one of them is going to be coming out later this year, I hope. But it's called The Super They Drained Out of Me. My main character has a disability. It's an urban fantasy with mystery, a lot of naughty jokes, superpowers, and villains, and so much more. But thanks for listening, and I hope you will like, subscribe, comment. If you had a superpower, what would it be? And what are your standards when it comes to dating? What is a must and what is a must not? Thanks so much. Bye.